Hey guys, Emo Tempest here. I just wanted to talk to you about, I guess the Summoner series Ifrit I went to this past weekend. I know it's a little late for an update, but I got sick and I haven't been able to upload. But yeah, so I'm here. I wanted to show you pretty much. I guess my last video had the deck I took. I'll put the link in the description below, or I'll even put a link to it here on the video for you guys to check it out. But what I want to show you today is my changes, I guess, and mainly the reasons why. So we'll get into that real quick. 3 Minwoo, that didn't change. 3 Waka. Still, actually in the last video, I showed you guys a deck with 51 cards. I realized it shortly after, but so I was playing 2 of these, but I had to bring it down to 1. And then again, it wasn't really necessary to have 2. Garnet stays on the board an awful lot, but yeah. So that's that. I cut it down 2 summoners. I had it at 3, mainly because I was worried about all the extra summons and I don't know, just in case. It was really more for security than any other reasons. I didn't use this as often as I'd like, so I was able to cut it down to 2. What I did add was 2 Scholar, and the reason I added Scholar was because I'm also going to be playing Kaknazo now. I'll get into that more later, but I still have the triple Yuna for you guys, and I'm still playing the triple Astrologian. I believe my count went down. I don't know the exact numbers, I should have done that, but my count went down. I'm on the backups. I was looking at a lot of decks this weekend, and the one from Wales and the other events, that everyone's playing like 17 backups and 25, or the forwards are in the high numbers. But yeah, anyway, forwards real quick. Tuzadane, I definitely won't add any more of this card. I will give him that the drawing card and this card are great. A lot of people forget about his third effect to activate all category 9 characters you control. So what I did at least twice, I believe, I swung with Steiner, Beatrix, Garnet, and then I dropped him on main phase 2 to activate everyone to keep me safe for the next turn. It was really good. But yeah, honestly, I feel like this guy was the MVP of the whole tournament. Mog pretty much let me outdraw everyone. Round 1, round 3 and 4, he pretty much stayed on the board for 4 turns. They didn't have answers. But yeah, so great card. I don't need to add 3. There was a time, like I said, he stays on the board for the most part. So he I ended up pitching the second one once because they bounced it back to my hand. So I pitched the second one to resummon the first one. I brought Ash down to 2. She's a great card, but I feel like, as I mentioned before, I don't need to use her special that much, so I was safe. I felt comfortable bringing her down to 2. I also brought the Steiners, the Searcher Steiners for 2. Excuse me. I made a lot of. Like I said, this deck draws enough already as it is, with the EX bursts and the Mog and stuff like that, and it's water, so you're always kind of like. There's a lot of value into it, but so I brought it down to 2. Still playing the triple Garnet. Still playing the triple Beatrix. Another way for this deck to draw is the triple Steiner. This card is just too good. It pretty much sits there, and people have to find ways to deal with it as well. It's a great card. I did add 1 Emperor. I ran into Emperor a lot all weekend. I knew I would too. I was just I don't know. I guess I wasn't really scared of it. I didn't lose to it in Swiss, but I wouldn't say I lost to it in top 8 either, but I did have 1, and it would have helped a lot too, so I'm adding 1. The reason I'm only playing 1 is because I have the Zidanes too, and I don't have, sometimes I don't have a way to get rid of them. Like a Famfrit or a Leviathan, like the new Opus 4 Leviathan. But yeah, he's just in there to help deal with it too. Like, once you have your board set up, I can do that. And I guess the main thing I wanted to add to this deck is double Kaknazo, excuse me. Kaknazo is a great card. I don't know why I wasn't playing it. I felt like I wanted to add the monsters in the previous build so I could just use them and say they were good for something. Incidentally, first place was a Earth Water monster deck. I wish I had played him. I'm sure I would have lost because that deck is super weird and randomly to me. But my partner actually played him in top 4, and I will give you guys that deck profile later probably by the end of the weekend. He was playing Wind Lightning, but anyway, Keknazu, great to deal, great to push for games, great to board wipe. I realize I don't have a board wipe in this deck, and if you're playing mono water, there's no reason why you shouldn't be playing Keknazu. Like I said, I had the Malboro and I had the Tomberries, and they were good. They both Malboro probably didn't do anything honestly this whole tournament. Tomberries helped me out a couple times, but not as much. I found myself pitching the Malboro often, as well as the Tomberries. But yeah, that was just the deck. That's the updated deck. That's the forwards. The other main update I did was, instead of 3 Hecatonk, I put in 3 Cyclops. Yeah, the only matches I lost were the water matchups, I guess the mirror matches, if you will, mono water or like a water wind, and the main reason is because I guess late game my deck falls off. I don't have a way to push for game and stuff, and then Keknazu and Cyclops are good ways of doing that. I can pretty much reduce their board and just keep swinging over them. And like I mentioned with the Zidane, I could activate everyone again. So I'm going to try this out. This is where I wanted to go for that, in that direction. I'm still playing the Trouble Elias. This card is great still. Draw card. Everyone was like, every time they swung into Garnet, I just popped this and I said, okay. And then the Triple Leviathan, this is pretty much how I got over all the Emperors this weekend. Whenever they would drop it, I would just throw it back into their hand, and then oftentimes it would just get stuck in there. They couldn't keep replaying it. I don't know why. Like it's just my board didn't give them an answer. When I have Beatrix on board, they don't want to put it back because they know it's just gonna sit there. Beatrix is great just to swing over it. So yeah, I have the Triple Leviathan and the Truculane. This card actually won me round 6. I reduced something by 4, and it was able to break it, and then I was able to Leviathan the next monster. It was great. That's the tournament. I guess my matchups were, my first round was Fire Lightning. I won that one fairly quickly, I think. Nice guy. He was playing a build. Him and his friend were playing the same build, but he did not make it top 8. The other guy did. It was mostly based around 6 and Sabin and Shadow, throwing out the Raidens and stuff like that. It was an interesting deck, but Minwoo kind of puts a stop to it on its own. My second round was Ice, I believe, mono Ice. Yeah, I feel like water doesn't have a problem with Ice because Ice is super slow. I had a lot of answers. I was out speeding him a lot. I love how many times I got an EX burst with this guy, and especially against the Ice deck. And the first 2 rounds, he stood out. Mog stayed out for a long time too. Round 3 was the Water Wind guy. He also made it to top 8, but I lost to him in Swiss. Round 4 was, I think, a mono Lightning deck, and I lost to him, but mainly because my draws were terrible. All my backups, like my Yunas, my Summoners, everything, Waka, Minwoo, everything was at the bottom. I did not draw backup. I was literally minusing the whole game. I was playing 2 cards. I was pitching 2 cards to play 1 forward, or pitching 2 cards to put down the 1 Waka I ended up drawing. I was just super behind from the beginning, and I never got out of it. I didn't even draw the Mog to help me draw cards. 5th matchup was Ice Fire. I feel like because the Ice was in there, it was super slow, and I was able to outpace him. Also, I felt bad for that guy. I Leviathan his Emperor 3 times, literally turn after turn, and he just scooped after that. And my final round was Mono Lightning. That was a close match. I actually drew too many cards. I was down to 2 cards in my deck, and if I didn't win that turn, I would have decked out. I was down to 1 card in my deck, and so if I didn't win on the final turn that I had, I would have decked out next turn. So yeah, everybody was good. Everyone was really. It was a fun event. It was cool. I liked Matt Kozner. the 6 Ages guy for helping put it together. But yeah, these are the deck changes I made. Let me know what you think. I ran into a lot of cool players playing other. Well, actually, my top 8, my first match, he was playing Water. Pretty much a similar deck. He was casting Summoner, the Summoner deck with Garnet and all the different color summons. He played Valifor, I believe the win 2 cost Valifor, and he also played the 4 cost backup Summoner to recover a summon. And yeah, he was playing Lena into Dancer, and Dancer's such a great card. It kind of negates like one forward's effect. Yeah, that's about it, man. It was great. Like I said, I'll get you guys another deck profile featuring my friend. He was Warsaw's deck. He was top 4. And yeah, we got this fancy little Summoner series mat. It's a nice mat. It's a 2-player mat. I just don't have it shown for everybody, but yeah. See, ARG. Thank you guys for hosting the event. And yeah, I'll give you guys some more videos soon. Catch you later.